he's looking super fit in the gym. He has a great attitude, and you know, I have super high hopes, and I wish him all the best at Worlds.
So we decided to throw Nilo a fundraiser because, well, he's just a great kid. We're really proud of his accomplishments, and we think he is a great representative for our little climbing community here.
Which problem? 3 layers of skin off. Which problem? The V8.
So leading up to Worlds, we've been doing a couple different things in the gym. A lot of our training centers around doing competition simulators. So what we'll do is we'll go through the gym and we'll pick out a variety of hard boulder problems across a variety of terrain, hold types, different movements to test Nilo as an all-around climber. And we'll run through these boulders using competition intervals. So we're trying to simulate competition as close as we can. In addition to doing comp simulators, we do a lot of work on understanding how to move and also some mental training as well. Last year at ABS Nationals, Nilo came 4th, which was especially surprising given that it was his first season of competition. So he came 4th, making the US team and also earning himself an invitation to Worlds in Arco, Italy.
I mean, he could place for all I know. He could be on the podium, but he could also end up in last place, and any one of those positions is such an awesome accomplishment. The people he's competing against are world-class athletes, you know, and I certainly think he can represent, but any single mistake can change the outcome, but that works both ways, you know. The other competitors make one mistake and Nilo will have the opportunity to pounce. So yeah, I won't really be surprised anyway, however it turns out.
Zach and Radu, my 2 main coaches, they really went above and beyond when it came to coaching me. They do one-on-one sessions with me at Dog Patch and a Great Western Power Company, and they would bring me out to lunch and we would just climb and train together, and it was a lot of fun. It wasn't just a coach and student kind of relationship, but really good friends, and I thought that worked really well. One thing I realized when training with them is it's a lot more fun training with other people. For a long time, for climbing, I was just pushing myself, but it's much easier to get motivated with someone else there to push you through it, and who knows how strong of a climber you are and can tell you to keep trying harder and to keep going. The reason I started competitions is just so I could see how far I could go and where I ranked in the United States. So coming here, it's even cooler being able to see where I am compared to everyone in the world.
So Nilo's been rock climbing 4 years, which isn't that long in the grand scheme of things, especially considering how well he's done in past competitions.
Problem number 2, there was this move that I was having difficulty with, but I knew I could stick it. I was pretty sure I could stick it. I kept dynoing at it, I kept trying it, and I kept changing my beta so I could see if I could get it a different way. And I was really close to getting it like 2 times. I had my fingers inside the jug that you were supposed to dyno to, and it just slipped and I wasn't able to get it. So with like 25 seconds left, I got on the climb again. It was like my last chance to do it, and I stuck it. And then I finished the climb on that last try with something like 2 seconds left on my, I think it was my 9th try. Trying that climb 9 times in the heat really took it out of me, and I didn't really have any energy to try the next climb. The heat was something like 85 when I was climbing, maybe a little bit more, and I was like running through my water bottles. I drank like 4 bottles in isolation right before climbing, and when I got up there I ran out of water, so my coach had to throw me water. Pretty dehydrated after climbing, and I felt kind of like throwing up because it was probably the most intense climbing I've ever done, just because of how hot it was and how hard I was trying on the problems. I think sometimes competitions can definitely interfere with you having fun with climbing. I mean, sometimes you get a little bit too serious about competitions and you can't focus on having fun with climbing. But after I finished climbing, I was able to relax, and it was a lot more fun just watching other people climb.
It's pretty impressive because a lot of the kids that he was competing against, some of them are even like professional athletes now. So yeah, he really stood out. And this was his first year competing. And most of these kids have been doing it for like 10 years or something like that. So
after not qualifying for semifinals or finals, I think the trip has become more of a experience and an opportunity for me to meet a bunch of new people. I met a climber from India named Loki, and he was explaining to me what the climbing is like in India, and how that there's only like 5 gyms in all of India, and that made me feel really spoiled with the Bay Area having like 7 or 8 gyms. I never thought I would get where I am in climbing. 2 years ago, I looked at the kids from ABS that were at nationals, and I thought, that's insane, I'll never get there. And then I did it. It's kind of made me think that as long as I put the effort into it and the time into it, I think I could succeed in whatever I'm doing.